Not many people like change, yet we must. The world is constantly changing, especially the world of education, and my ideologies are the same. Initially, when asked about my ideologies, my answer would have been, I'm not sure. However, I now have a clearer understanding of what my beliefs are. Currently, my educational ideology has been that all subjects should have an equal importance. Whether those subjects are maths, music or media studies, everyone should be given an equal opportunity to enjoy and excel at them. Before starting this module, I believed I was alone in this, until I was introduced to Ken Robinson. He also believes that each subject should be given equal opportunities. He explains that there is no place on earth that teaches dance to children the same way as mathematics, and poses the question, why? This is a question I ask myself every time I end up talking about education. I believe the answer lies in the idea that some subjects will allow you to earn more money than others in the future. It's for this reason that the government is proposing the EBAC system. This system forces children into more academic subjects, such as English and the sciences, whilst almost completely neglecting subjects such as music and art. Personally, this is a system that I disagree with, as I believe many students who are better at art subjects will be at a disadvantage to students who excel in academic subjects. And it's not just me that disagrees with this system. A recent study found that 87% of secondary school leaders are unhappy with the new EBAC proposals. As a music student, I believe that creativity should have a greater amount of weight in the education system. I grew up in a school that nurtured creativity, and from this both my confidence and my grades increased dramatically. Ken Robinson also believes creativity should be key in the classroom, stating that creativity is the greatest gift of human intelligence. In my opinion, promoting creativity sets children on course for a brighter future in the real world, rather than preparing them for the next test or the next stage in education. Technology in the classroom has increased vastly since I was at school. In my class, we only had one computer to use as a treat, whereas in some schools each child gets a new iPad to work from. As an aspiring teacher who is often seen as a technophobe, this worries me for when I'm in front of a classroom myself. Although the use of technology can inspire and help keep children interested, there are some disadvantages. Staring at screens can cause strain on the eyes, and with their many features they can be very distracting. Also, children seem to be becoming dependent on technology, with some children spending upwards of 11 hours a day staring at screens. I believe that overuse of technology and screens is making children dependent, and I do not feel that there is enough evidence to support the use of iPads in classrooms. Before this module, I had not thought about alternative forms of education, as I have had no exposure to any of these in the past. The two I looked at mainly were homeschooling and the Steiner schools. Children who are schooled at home are not confined by the national curriculum and can learn at their own pace. If done well, it has been proven that those who are homeschooled outperform to their state school counterparts. This may be because as the children are working at their own pace, they understand the information better, which means that they are more likely to retain the information. Also, their curriculum can be altered so that the child can be learning other skills, such as cooking and sewing. However, homeschooled children are often taught alone and may not develop the necessary social skills for later life. Without this ability, they may become upset and alone in their future jobs. I don't feel that homeschooling adequately prepares children for the future, as not only do you need good grades to get a good job, you also need to have charisma and social skills, which these children may unfortunately lack. Steiner schools were the creation of Rudolf Steiner in 1919. Their main ideologies are based on anthroposophy, which is a system that uses nature to enlighten a person's education and well-being. They also heavily promote imagination, which I believe to be the key to the love of learning. However, Steiner schools are not all what they seem to be. Chris Cook explains that Steiner was, by any modern definition, a racist. This is because he believed in a hierarchy of race, where white people were on top and other races were ranked lower. This ideology is sometimes introduced into schools, where children are taught about their place on the hierarchy. I believe this to be inherently wrong and disagree with this hugely. In conclusion, the key thinker that resonates with my ideas most is Ken Robinson. His beliefs about creativity and the fact that each subject is just as important as the other really reflects my views. The Steiner schools, however, I very much disagree with due to their racial implications.